We've got a dandy one for you tonight, and we're already jumping into what the ceremonial first pitch, and that is Mrs. Amanda Bowser. She is the Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year from Oakcrest Middle School, math Title I teacher. And here comes her first pitch to Harrison Whitworth, who will be catching tonight for the Tigers. This is the St. John Battle of the Bats, third annual. Broken Arrow Tigers hosting tonight against the Owasso Rams, and Broken Arrow won last year's game 7-4. So with her is David Phillips, CEO of Broken Arrow St. John's and Owasso St. John's. So we don't know who he's going to be cheering for tonight. We're going to have him, both those two, up here tonight. But here is the ceremonial first pitch, and we've got a dandy tonight, and let's see how this pitch goes. Mrs. Bowser spent a lot of time, she said, with her husband. Her husband trying to see if he can throw a baseball, so got in front. She said she could not reach the 60-foot 6-inch distance. So standing in front, there's the pitch. One hops it. Whitworth dives over and can't make the play. That one was obviously breaking away hard away from the right-handed hitter, and she wanted to get that one outside. Waiting for our umpires to show up. Again, the Battle of the Bats. Let me give you tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Owasso Rams, coming into the game 17-4, and coached by Larry Turner, who won his 1,000th game of the season this year. Batting first, number 6, and playing left field, Tyler Pittman. Batting second, shortstop, Caleb Denny. Batting third, the third baseman, Gabe Neff. Cleanup hitter is right fielder, Trevor McCutcheon. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Tyler Brown. Center fielder, Parker Dunn, batting sixth. Batting seventh and behind the plate, Jake Ensbrenner. First baseman, the coach's son, Dodger Turner. And Coldy Wolf is batting ninth and playing second base. And on the hill for Owasso is Logan Turner, who comes into the ballgame with a 2-1 record. Has a team-leading ERA of .97. Given up 16 hits and has 17 strikeouts on the season. Again, Owasso 17-4. For the Broken Arrow Tigers, it's going to be center fielder Brady Bean leading off. Cade Goins in right field batting second, and Harrison Whitworth, the catcher, batting third. Colton Croft at first base will be batting fourth. In the number 5 spot is designated hitter Mark Davis. Devin Johnson, the left fielder, batting sixth. Batting seventh, Blake Schnauts, the third baseman. Landon Hewlett, the second baseman, batting eighth. And his brother, shortstop, Austin Hewlett, batting ninth. On the mound tonight for the Tigers is Nolan Sturgeon. Sturgeon, who started the season with the JV, is 2-0 on the season. He has had 3 starts. Has a team-leading ERA of .538. So he comes in. We got 2 pitchers, both with ERAs under 1. So Sturgeon's put up some good numbers since he joined the varsity club and jumped into the starting lineup. Coach Dobson and Coach Turner exchanging lineup cards with the officials. We will be meeting Mrs. Amanda Bowser tonight here after between the first and the second inning. And we're also going to meet David Phillips, who's going to come up here and join us between the third and the fourth. And athletic director Ken Ellett is going to be here between the second and the third. So we'll have some guests coming in tonight in this ball game. Again, it is the St. John Medical Center's Battle of the Bats, the third annual. Each team is won on the road. Broken Arrow, as I mentioned, won at Owasso last season, 7-4. As the Tigers are getting ready to take the field, we're going to try some things a little different tonight. We're going to have a handheld camera in the Tiger dugout, so that's going to be fun. So now that the Tigers are in place defensively, we're going to get ready for the national anthem. It is going to be sung by sophomore Jada Holiday, and you may recognize the last name. She is the sister of All-State basketball player Josh Holiday. So here is Jada Holiday.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jada Holiday.
That was Jada Holiday with the national anthem. Awesome job. And we are proud of her.
Apparently we misspoke just a little while ago for the Teacher of the Year, Miss
All right.
Bowser.
We are getting ready for the real first pitch.
Elementary. Pitch one more time.
Let's go around defensively for the Tigers. At first base, Colton Croft. Second base, Landon Hewlett. Third base, Blake Schnauts. And at shortstop, Austin Hewlett. Left field, Devin Johnson. Brady Bean in center and Cade Goins in right. Harrison Whitworth is the second baseman. Or excuse me, Harrison Whitworth is your catcher. And Nolan Sturgeon is on the bump tonight for your Tigers. Leading off again for Owasso, the Rams, 17-4, Tyler Pittman.
Pittman will lead it off for the Rams.
And then Caleb Denny, and then Gabe Neff.
McCutcheon will hit 4. The Rams were top of 1. First pitch, here we go.
Everyone is in place now as Pittman approaches home plate. And tonight's St. John Battle of the Bats is about underway. Denny comes in, or excuse me, Pittman comes in hitting 189. There's a strike, starting with a strike.
Strike one.
Interesting numbers on Sturgeon. We'll get through those as the game goes on. There's a little chopper back. Hewlett slides over behind the bag, throws over to first, and Colton Croft takes that throw and one out right now on the second pitch of the ball game. So Pittman out 6-3. That's Hewlett to Croft, and one out. One thing that the Tiger coaches have been working on with Sturgeon is first pitch strikes, and there's one there going down a long way. Is on the left tail side, and that's going to hit and bounce up against the wall. It's going to catch the foul pole on the bounce. And that was as close as you could get to being a foul ball, staying in fair territory. Caleb Denny jumps on that first pitch and slices it into left for a double. Denny hitting .367 on the season. And here comes Gabe Neff. Gabe Neff, a .351 hitter. 17 RBIs leads or 17 run scores, 15 RBIs for Neff. And 15 does lead the team. He leads the team in both RBIs and runs scored. One out here. We've played just about 3 minutes of baseball. In the stretch of Sturgeon. Breaking pitch gets over for strike one. Sturgeon's going to feature fastball and a curve and throw a changeup every now and then. Working well so far as there's a crack down to third. Schnauts fields it on a hop, gets away. Let's see. Beats the throw is Neff. So runners at first and second. Advances on the air. As Schnauts had it bounce off his chest. So it's first and second. And now Trevor McCutcheon steps in. McCutcheon 349 on the season. Has 15 RBIs. Snout stayed in front of it but couldn't field it cleanly, so that's got a runner at first and second. Of course, the runner on second was already there, who as Denny lined to double into left, slicing it off that way and just keeping it in fair territory. Left-handed hitting McCutcheon. Doesn't get the call there. It goes McCutcheon's way. Whitworth wanting to strike and didn't get it, the Tiger catcher. That one's inside. Whitworth blocks, has to chase it down, and no runners advance. So 3-0 to the cleanup hitter for the Rams. The only hitter that Sturgeon has fallen behind here in the first four. That one's inside and low. And he's going to take the walk to first. That's going to load him up here in the first.
McCutcheon with a free pass, and that'll load him up.
Tyler Brown, the designated hitter, steps in. 343 hitter. 11 RBIs for Brown. Little talk at the mound. Pitching coach Andy Summers goes out and has a chat with his fellas. Probably discussing what's going to be happening, how they want to play with the bases loaded in the shot, and are they going to bring the infield in a little bit into the corners? That's probably what they're discussing. And Andy Summers is getting his pitcher just to settle down a little bit. One thing about these two teams that we learned in a press conference on Wednesday is they know each other very well. Playing a lot of baseball together as kids. And Dobson praised catcher Harrison Whitworth with the ability that he should be able to call a good game, knowing where to throw which hitter in what category and what each hitter wants. There's a ground ball foul just beyond Coach Turner's reach over at third base. And he didn't even make a play on it. No balls and one strike to Tyler Brown. Tigers looking for the double play ball, and there's a breaking pitch that stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brown again, as we mentioned, a 343 hitter, and that one catches the outside part. Strike 2. Seems that maybe that talk from Summers got Sturgeon back in the groove again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Whitworth does a great job of stepping out and blocking that pitch.
Whitworth behind the plate. They'll keep the ball in front. The count is 2-2.
Let's see what Whitworth dials up now for his pitcher. Sturgeon looks over the top of his glove. Jammed him inside, just getting a piece of it and fouling it back over here. Here's Tyler Brown. Brown can be prone to the strikeout. He struck out 11 times, and that one's up high, so it goes full. See if Coach Turner elects to get something going in motion, even with the bases full and only 1 out. 3-2 pitch, and that one's high. So the free pass gets a runner home.
That'll force the run in.
So they're still loaded, still 1 out.
To the plate, center fielder number
So not the start that Coach Dobson was looking for from Sturgeon. There's one that's going deep. Going back on it is Johnson. Makes a catch. Runner tags. There's going to be a throw at the plate. Here it comes. Gets through. Overshot the cutoff man. No runners advance, but the run does score. So Parker Dunn gets the RBI with the sac fly. And the Rams lead it 2-0 here in the first. Runners stay at first and second. No advancing. Base running error down there at second base by Trevor McCutcheon. He should have been at least a quarter of the way, if not half the way, and Red been able to read Devin Johnson's throw and advanced as it sailed over the cutoff man. Could have got to third easily, but didn't do that. That pitch is outside to Jake Insbrenner, the catcher for the Rams. Insbrenner in there for his catching duties, not necessarily his hitting duties. He's 196 hitter on the season. Does a good job with the staff and swings through that one. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Insbrenner. That one's up top. 2-1 now on the 196 hitter. There's a fastball that gets the outside part, so it goes 2-2. Sturgeon doesn't want to go full here. That'll give chance Larry Turner to get his runners in motion. Needs to end the first right here with this pitch. That one's fouled over the first base dugout. Owasso Rams standing along the screen on that side. Tigers standing along their protective screen on the third base side. Nothing doing there as McCutcheon gets back to first easily. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 Rams here in the first. 2 runners on. Chopper over the pitcher's head. Hewlett takes the steps on the bag, and that'll do it. But the Rams get 2, and they lead it through half an inning, 2-0. And we'll be back with the bottom of the second, bottom of the first right after this.
My Contour helps me discover all new sides to myself, like it knows I'm into sci-fi and personally recommends new things I didn't know existed. Like intergalactic biohumanoid sci-fi. Lovable ogre sci-fi. And whatever this is. I just look for the diamonds, and suddenly, I'm into whole new worlds of entertainment. That's why Contour is TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
I used to struggle in school, but Huntington helped me with phonics, reading, study skills, writing, algebra,
chemistry,
calculus,
SATs,
ACTs.
Huntington helped me with all my subjects.
No matter what grade your child is in, no matter what kind of grades they get, Huntington can help. For over 35 years, our individualized approach to tutoring has helped thousands improve at every level, from basic subjects to college test prep. Let Huntington help your child. Huntington, your tutoring solution.
Brady Bean's going to lead it off for the Tigers, followed by Cade Goins and Harrison Whitworth. Colton Kraft, if anyone gets on. Logan Wesley throwing for your Owasso Rams. Wesley 2-1 on the season. As we mentioned earlier, .97 ERA. Brady Bean comes in hitting .320. Moved into the starting lineup about midway through the early part of the season. .393 on base percentage for Bean. And when he gets on, he's a threat to run. He has 10 steals. He scored 15 runs for the Tigers. So let's see what he can get going against Wesley. Tigers have had a good April. 24-8 on the season. They're 10-4 through the month of April. Owasso, on the other hand, 4-3 in April, only 17-4. So the Tigers have played more than 10 games more, at least 10 games more. And that one's on the inside part, and Wesley starts Bean with a strike. Both runs unearned in the first inning for the Rams. It's a chop off the glove of the pitcher. Cody Wolf snaps it and throws to first. So that one's going to go 1-4-3 for the Rams, and there's one out. So it bounces off the glove of Wesley. Wolf had moved a little bit to his left, made us just had to make a slight adjustment, able to field that one and then go to first over to Dodge Turner. Goins now, the right fielder for the Tigers, steps in. Slow breaking ball stays up. Goins at .338 this season. Cranks that one into left, and it's going to get down for a base hit in front of Pittman. So a runner on first, and that'll give Coach Dobson a chance to get something going as Harrison Whitworth comes to the plate. Whitworth, a senior, had a 2-run scoring double in last year's game that the Tigers won 7-4. That curveball stays up. This season, Whitworth hitting .430 with an OPS of 1.099. That's on base plus slugging. Second on the team in that category to the man on deck, Colton Croft. Senior captain takes a strike on the inside part. Joining me between innings will be Oakcrest Title I math teacher and Broken Arrow Teacher of the Year, Amanda Bowser. Congratulations to her. Well deserved, and we'll talk about what she had to do to get ready for her Teacher of the Year. It's more than just filling out a simple resume. I'm sure her students celebrated in grand fashion the day after. We'll talk about that as well. That one's on inside and misses. 2-1 to Whitworth. Good count for Dobson to be putting a play on. Let's see what he elects to do with Goins. Down 2-0 though, your options are a little more limited. You don't want to lose a runner on the base pass in the early innings when you're down 2-0. Whitworth asks for time. Runner goes. No pitch. Goins is going to go back. Whitworth was uncomfortable about something. Surprised the umpire granted it to him was Wesley seemed to already start his motion from the stretch and was coming home. So a late granting of time to the Tiger senior. See if the play is still on. Holding the ball is going to be Wesley. He's going to come home. That one's going to be a strike, and it goes 2-2. Right at the bottom of the zone. And Logan Wesley gets the call. Whitworth with 33 RBIs and throws go over to first. Goins dives in, but play wasn't that close. Throw was high. Another one over to first. Also, when we talk to our Teacher of the Year, we're going to ask her how much work she put in trying to get the ball to home plate. The breaking pitch just stayed outside. Couldn't get on top of it and bring it in over the corner. Tried to backdoor it. Didn't work. There goes the runner. Slapped foul at the feet of Shannon Dobson. We're going to do it all over again. Goins seemed to have a good read on Wesley. Able to see that knee break behind the rubber. So started to come home as soon as that move was made. He's also getting back to first in plenty of time whenever Wesley throws over. Goins does not go, and Whitworth swings through it. There's 2 out on a strikeout swinging.
For the Tigers, their first baseman, Colton Croft.
Colton Croft comes in. He's the Tigers' leading hitter in a number of categories. Croft hitting .408. On base plus slugging of 1.16. Has 22 RBIs. And 8 doubles. Double will get the run home. And Croft needs to get something going here with 2 outs. See if he can find a gap, and the Tigers can cut this lead in half. Pitch was high, runner's going, throw down, he's not in time, so a stolen base for Cade Goins.
Cade Goins on the steal of second. Croft looks at ball 1.
Goins goes in head first. Definitely in scoring position now, especially with 2 outs. He'll be running on anything that Croft can get the bat on. There's a slow breaker. Stays low, 2-0 to the Tiger cleanup hitter. Amazingly enough, these Tigers are 24-8 with only 1 home run on the season. That one's outside, and the count goes to 3-0. So Croft can be very picky here with Mark Davis on deck. There's a get me over strike. It's 3-1. Colton Croft, as we mentioned, 24 RBIs, and he's walked 22 times. That pitch is low, so Croft is going to go to first. So the Tigers now got a little 2-out something going, a runner on first with that walk. And in steps Davis, tonight's designated hitter. Davis hitting .280 on the season. There goes a fly ball into right. McCutcheon's got to be going back. Can't make the play as that one hops the wall. That's going to get Goins home. There's a throw behind the runner, and that's going to score 2. So Davis, a key RBI, and a nice job by Dobson of setting up who he needed to as his designated hitter, and the game is now tied. So Davis gets his 9th and 10th RBI of the season with that double to the opposite way.
Brings up Johnson, the left fielder.
So the walk comes back to haunt Logan Wesley. And now Devin Johnson steps in. Johnson's who's dropped down in the order since starting the season and playing most of last year as a leadoff hitter, but he's hitting .348 on the year. And Johnson's taking advantage of some RBI opportunities. He has 14 this season. Gets a piece of that one for strike 1. See if he can put the Tigers on top right here. Swings through that let up. Change up that fooled Whitworth. Just fooled Devin Johnson right there, so it's 0-2. Johnson saw arm motion and was swinging through it. That pitch buried in the palm of Wesley's hand. Just come out much slower than it looked. 0-2. Johnson crowds the plate seemingly even more than he usually does. Standing right on top of the inside part of the batter's box, as close to home plate as he can get. That pitch is low. One ball and two strike to the junior, Devin Johnson. Two-sport athlete, excels at football also, a defensive back for the Tigers. Slow pitch, Johnson cranks it. It's going to take a one hop to the shortstop. Throw over from Denny and gets him by half a step. So the Tigers tie it up. It's 2-2. And now I am joined by Mrs. Amanda Bowser. Thank you for being here, and congratulations on Teacher of the Year.
Thank you.
Tell me about, before we talk about your experience of getting there, tell me about the experience that night when they announced your name.
Oh my goodness, there are not words to describe that moment. It will forever be etched in my mind. I have told some people that next to marrying my husband and birthing my two children is that moment. Top 5, definitely.
When did you know? You know, Dr. Mendenhall, what he likes to do is read a little bit from the portfolio,
Yes.
and when he does that, you guys seem to have a pretty good idea, don't you?
Yes. The first sentence, I'm listening and trying to listen, because your heart is about to pound out of your chest. And he said the word love, and he kept going, and I knew that was mine, but I just couldn't even react because I was just in shock.
Now, was your reaction to winning, was it more emotional than your husband's, or what? Because Ashley was, he had plenty of tears as well.
I will tell you, he has been my number one supporter through all of this. And I think for him, because he has lived that process with me, I think it was emotional for him just because he knew all of the backstory to that. And I was just in shock. So at that point, I had no capacity for emotion that came out my eyes that night.
Not only being your support of going through it and doing all the things you did, but him having gone through the process himself about 5 years ago.
Right.
And how important was that to have him as, sort of a mentor, if you will, of what was going on with what they were going to ask you in all the process? How important was that?
Well, I'll tell you, when it came to doing the portfolio and all of those things, he really stayed at arm's length because I asked him to. I didn't read his portfolio. I didn't, I asked for his advice and to listen to what I had already written, but really he was just there to be support, to be moral support. So, but he was that, definitely.
Okay. Now, what about your staff? You've got a lot of them here.
Well,
and
they
your teachers
came to support me.
Yeah.
Yes, they came to support me. They may have left
They
already.
well, they supported you, and that was good. They were here for you. And, what about your kids? How much did they enjoy the next day?
Oh, my goodness. The school, I will tell you, just being at that school the next day was incredible. That was maybe even more overwhelming than the previous night, just because of their love and support. And they hosted a little parade where they just paraded me down the hall, and the entire school was there, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
All right, that's Dodger Turner that struck out looking. So Sturgeon gets a strikeout there, and that is his 16th on the season. So what now, man? What do you do? What goes from here? There's a shot into center, backing up on its second base. Hewlett can't get it, drops in no man's land. So what happens now? Little base hit there for Wolf.
Now we prepare for the state Teacher of the Year. So I will meet with some former Broken Arrow Teachers of the Year, and they will help me out and kind of get me prepped, and then we'll do that. We'll be ready.
Okay, let's talk about now getting prepped and getting ready and having a husband try to coach you through something. I understand that when Mr. Ellett called you and asked you to do this, the athletic director, you kind of laughed because you said what?
I told him, I literally giggled out loud, and I said, to say that our family is athletically inclined would be probably the farthest thing from the truth. We're not the athletic family. So I have thrown a baseball 0 times in my life, prior to this week.
And you did better than 50 Cent did when he had to throw in a
Well,
celebrity
thank you.
thing.
Thank
So
you.
when
I'll
he threw it in
take
the
it.
dugout, I think.
I'll take it.
So how often did you guys work at this? What did you try?
Not long, because let me just tell you, my schedule's been a little bit busy this week. So
Wow.
about 10 minutes, really.
Okay. Now, before the game, you looked at it and you said it doesn't look that far.
No.
But you guys had measured off 60 feet 6
Oh,
inches
yeah.
at home, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, we did. Uh-huh.
And you couldn't get it
I
there,
couldn't
could you?
make it, no. Mm-mm.
It's much farther than you think, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But you did good. Did you have fun getting up there for the first experience?
I did.
Going out
And
there?
I'll tell you what, when I got his email at first, I was like, I don't know about this. But, that is an experience for me, for my family, for my kids, that we will have for the rest of our lives. I mean, how many people are asked to throw out the first pitch at a baseball game, So it was very exciting just to even have that experience. To be asked to do that is quite an honor.
All right. Well, it's been an honor having you up here with us,
you.
and
My
congratulations
pleasure.
again.
Thank
and we're
you.
going to, let's see, have another chat. And this time it's going to be our head coach and not the pitching coach. So a little bit more time to talk. And after they get done here, we'll come back to some baseball. But, what is it about what you teach, Title I math, that is so special? And it's probably one of those classes that a lot of people, and what you do, they don't realize that, this is part of what public schools is all
Right,
about. And
right.
so kind of explain a little
Yeah.
bit about what you do and the type of a student that you work with.
Sure, yeah. I get kiddos in my program who they just need support. These are kiddos who, without the extra support, man, they may not ever get it. It may not click for them, and it still may not. But that extra support, I see kids that their confidence is really built because they have the opportunity to be in the title program and to have that small group setting. I work with 4 kiddos at a time, and for 30 minutes, it's a short, intense intervention, and we just work those skills. In the classroom, they just keep going. When they teach a skill, those kids are expected to get it in a certain time, and they just keep going. But with title, I have the flexibility to go I can repeat skills as often as they need. So it truly is catered to what the kid needs.
And explain what Title is exactly. A lot of people don't know what you're talking about when you say Title program.
Title I is a federally funded program. So we at Oakcrest have Title I programming due to our, they kind of base it on free and reduced lunch percentages, and then from there we just take our kiddos and we rank those kids, and we say the kid with the neediest, they qualify for title services, and that's going to be changing a little bit next year just through some programming things, but we'll still have services for those kids. So very unique opportunity at our school, and there are some other sites in our district also that are Title I as well.
There's a fly ball, and Devin Johnson's going to go back on it. Let's see. He's found it, found the range, brings that one in.
Johnson
Bluffing to run.
with the Mazzio speech
Down
sign.
from
He'll
second
squeeze
base
it for out number 2,
was
gets the ball in, and
Cody
Murray
Wolf.
will freeze the runner.
So there's 2 out. Now, come back. Tell me, I know you have success stories, but can you find one success story that you can share, without names and stuff, but that you've seen a kid come through your program and made it to kind of the story that, where he's gone from kid that's doomed for failure, maybe, that people don't have all the, belief in and hope in, but yet he's come through and conquered his, his own disbelief in himself.
Right. The kids that I have, a lot of times it's not about math for them. I mean, that's what we do, the academics of it. But for some of them, it's just about needing somebody to just show them that they love them. And I do. I have a kiddo this year that is very near and dear to my heart, just because there's just a backstory there. He's been through a lot. His family's been through a lot. And, we have had the opportunity just to share some moments together where I have been able to say, look, I believe in you. I'm not giving up on you. I am here for you. And he greets me in the hallway every morning. And even he may come to my classroom that day with a scowl on his face, and he wants to put his head down and he does not feel like trying. But he will leave that class knowing that I don't care what kind of day you've had, I'm not giving up on you. We'll try again tomorrow.
All right. Now, I would be remiss if you didn't mention that you have 2 beautiful young sons.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe give a shout out to Graham and Marshall.
Yeah. Graham is 6 and Marshall is 3, and they are my boys. They make every day fun and exciting, and man, they are my pride and joy for sure.
All right, well, it was fun and exciting
Thank
watching you
you.
throw out there
Thank you. I
in
had
front of the
fun.
mound. And thanks for joining us again. Congratulations. Owasso Rams get some runners on. They don't score. It is 2-2 as we'll go to the bottom of the second. Thank you to Teacher of the Year Amanda Bowser.
Thank you.
And we'll take a break and be back for the bottom half of the second after this.
For tiny miracles and superheroes, for beautiful warriors, neighborhood quarterbacks, and family treasures. You're why we exist. For 85 years and counting, St. John has been by your side through every checkup, challenge, and triumph. We're your partner in health. We are St. John.
At TTCU, before they make any decision, they ask one simple question. What's best for our members? Take checking accounts. They know it takes effort to move your account, so they make sure it's worth it by giving you and your school $50 when you get a School Pride Visa check card. It's easy to manage your accounts. Here, there, anywhere, and TTCU rewards loyalty. With direct deposit based on your balances, you could earn extra dividends. Rewards? Check at TTCU.
All right, it's the law firm of Schnauts, Hewlett, and Hewlett to bat here in the second. Anyone gets on, it'll be Brady Bean back at the top of the order. So 7, 8, and 9, Schnauts, Hewlett, and Hewlett. Schnauts kind of showed bunt and pulled the bat back, ball one. Showed bunt, back, ball one. That's a tough one. Again, my thank yous to Amanda Bowser for stepping in and chatting with us. Did he offer? Did it hit him in the foot? What's the call? It is going to be, what are we going to get? We're going to get a hit by pitch. Let's see what they're going to talk about. Going to go down to first base and see if he offered. So our umpires getting together. Did he offer at it? What's the call? Nope. He's going to call it a strike. Now Coach Dobson's going to go and ask, and he said he pulled the bat back and said no, he just got hit. See if Dobson can get a change of mind. Coach Turner got the call to be changed by getting a little chat down there with the getting the first base umpire involved. So is it gonna? It's gonna be 1-1 now, apparently, as the hit by pitch is waved off with the appeal down to first base. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah. They're going to say he offered at it. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike. Schnauts ready for the pitch that he did not think he was going to get. That one's outside. There's a strike low in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Blake Schnauts. Shot down to third. Throw comes the inside part of the bag from Gabe Neff, but they get Schnauts at the first.
For 1 down. Brings Hewlett to the plate.
Landon Hewlett, number 8 hitter, steps in. .293 on the season for Hewlett. Watches that one come across for a strike. Brother Austin awaits on deck. Hewlett bunts that one foul back this way over the catcher's head. Austin will retrieve the ball. Toss it to the umpire. And Logan Wesley seems ready. Landon Hewlett seems ready. Austin Hewlett has another baseball to give to the home plate umpire as that one's fouled away, so good timing there. See if he tosses it in. He does not. He still holds it there in his right hand, then drops it down in the on-deck circle and takes a swing. Now a get-ready swing by Brother Landon. Pitch is low, 2-2. That one's low. Now it's full. That one was a walk, so Hewlett's going to be on.
Draws the free pass, and that'll bring Hewlett to the plate for shortstop, number 9.
Dobson another chance to get something going, especially with this game tied now. At the bottom of the order. Austin Hewlett with his brother on first. Austin hitting .327. That one's going to be fouled away. Back into the parking lot over on the first base side. Sometime in this at bat, I would expect Landon Hewlett to run. See if he gets a read off the lefty, Logan Wesley. Throw goes over. Back in plenty of time. Wesley, who hit Schnauts with a pitch earlier, but in the appeal was called a strike as he offered at it. That would have been his third hits batsman of the year. That one's up high. Hewlett, he's in there. Oh, he called him out. I thought he had it beat. Said the tag got down. So a caught stealing.
In time, 2 down.
So Tigers lose one on the base pass right there. I think Coach Dobson, the way he's standing, looked like he saw it a different way. I saw it a different way. But Hewlett is going to sit down. Two and one on Austin Hewlett, who now bats with no one aboard. That one stays outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Brady Bean awaits on deck. Bean grounded out his first time up. Some pop fly into right. Going back on it is McCutcheon, and he makes the play. So, Tigers get a run on and lose it on the base pass. So no one's left. 3 up, 3 down eventually. It is 2-2 going into the third.
At St. John, you're not the patient in 201. You're a 7-month survivor. You're not the heart attack victim on the 4th floor. You're hero to Ava, Charlie, and Caleb. You're more than a diagnosis or database entry. You're the reason we exist. Our entire staff is committed to making you stronger. It's why Telsons, for 85 years and counting, choose the health family of St. John.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
All right, as the Rams come to bat, it's going to be McCutcheon, Brown, and Dunn, 4, 5, and 6 of the order. And I am joined by CEO of St. John, David Phillips. And Mr. Phillips, thanks for coming in and joining us today.
Great. Thanks for having me. What a great night for baseball.
It turned out that way. We weren't expecting it, was it? As that one pops up into center field. Should be caught out there by Brady Bean, and he does bring it in. Yeah, we didn't know if we were going to – there was even thoughts of maybe not even be able to get this thing in.
That's right. They were talking about tornadoes and everything else. Typical Oklahoma weather.
But look at it. We got the sun coming out here on a late evening. The wind has kind of died down. It's just a great day for baseball now, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. I always need sunglasses. You know?
Tell us about St. John's role in this and how you put it together.
St. John has a hospital in Owasso and Broken Arrow, and I was at dinner one night with my wife, and we were talking about baseball. There's a lot of attention, to football in the fall, and we were talking about we got 2 great schools baseball programs, and let's try to put something together.
And it worked out, and I guess, and it is actually your wife kind of that named the thing, wasn't it?
That's right. Connie came up with the name. She said, well, let's call it St. John Battle the Bats. And I said, oh, that's great. And then Coach Turner knew somebody in outside the Oklahoma City area who could do some woodworking, and he made a custom bat just for this evening, for this special game between these 2 teams. So it's the 3rd year.
And the bat is kind of the thing on the on your logo. So
Exactly.
Some people have seen that.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So it's 2 cross bats,
Yeah.
and they're almost close to being full size in the sense the kids come by and they look in, and they're always trying to pull those bats off that trophy.
It's a heavy trophy too. There's another
is.
fly ball into right field. Cade Goins is there, 2 away. So. Yeah, you got the bat. Now I'm guessing you were pleased with the way the trophy turned out.
Oh yeah, it was great. And also, St. John partners up with Tulsa Bone and Joint,
Right.
and we do the sports medicine program for Broken Arrow Public Schools, and also for Owasso. And so this has just been a great fit for, especially in the springtime, all the sports, and for the school school year wraps up, and it's kind of a break for the kids, before they start playing for regional and going to state, and it just makes it a lot of fun. And the crowds come out for this.
Oh, nice diving stop by Hewlett, throw to first, and they get him. But we're going to keep you here. Wow, that was sparkling, wasn't it?
Oh, that was great. Oh, yeah.
So quick half inning for the Tigers. Be bottom of the 3rd coming up. But now, you talked about the having the trainers and all that stuff from Tulsa Bone and Joint. You guys working together. What is the role that you guys play in getting the trainers that work for both schools? Explain that to us and how that works.
Okay. Well, Tulsa Bone and Joint is a large orthopedic group, and then we have a hospital in each community, and so we provide the hospitals provide the 24-hour, 7-day-a-week emergency. So if there's a game or any type of sport during the school time or after hours and somebody gets injured, they can go to our emergency room, and then we'll call the orthopedist with Tulsa Bone and Joint that's on call, to come and look at the injury. And also they provide, during football season, they provide a physician at each game.
Yep.
And so it works out great. But it's just a great fit since we're the hospital in each community, and we're the only hospital in the city of Broken Arrow. It just makes sense for the hospital and the school to partner up where they can. And of course, injuries and sports happens all the time to any kid, right?
Yes, it does.
And so, yeah.
And let's talk about your hospital. Just received a recent reward for hospitals with beds under 100. Tell us about that. As a national top honor, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that was a surprise. I got a call in the office administration that we just received, there's around 1,000 hospitals across the country that's 100 beds or fewer. And I got a call that we were recognized as the #1 hospital for quality and safety for 100 beds or less. And first I thought it was a joke. You know, I thought it was one of my friends calling in, you know, teasing. And we ended up talking to the company, and it's a legit organization, so we were really surprised.
Fitting back in on baseball, Brady Bean leading off the top of the order for the Tigers, who just bunted one foul. It's going to be Brady Bean, Cade Goins, and Harrison Whitworth, and then cleanup hitter Colton Croft if anyone gets aboard. So you thought it was a joke, but it was not a joke. And
No.
what do you guys do at St. John to get awards like this, to be such a successful hospital in such a short period of time that you've been in Broken Arrow?
Well, what has happened with the Affordable Care Act, the new national legislation for healthcare, they're watching hospitals, your readmission rate for if somebody comes in your hospital, do they come back in 30 days, how many hospital-acquired infections or hospital-acquired conditions, you know, if they fall in your hospital. There's patient satisfaction surveys that go out. So the government's collecting all this data on hospitals, and they're putting it on a national website called Hospital Compare. So it's in the public domain, so people can look up this information. So you really have to stay focused. You know, your physicians and nurses and the whole staff in your hospital have to be keeping your eye on all these different measures that hospitals in every city are being measured by nowadays.
How has it been for you guys, not award speaking, but being located in Broken Arrow?
You know, it's been great. We have a great location. I always laugh and say the Bass Pro Shop is next door to us.
It is. It's basically, yeah.
But we have a great location right off the BA on Elm, and people in Albany, great visibility. You know, everybody can see where the hospital is. We get a lot of people from the Coweta area coming in the communities, and it's been just a tremendous. It's hard to believe. We opened in 2010, and how fast time is going. That, you know, before we know, we're going to be 5 years, and we'll be open soon, and it's just hard to believe.
Well, unfortunately, I had to. Well, I say unfortunately, but I had to take my mother there a few years ago, shortly after you first opened, and diagnosed, and she had a bleeding ulcer. So I was glad you were there, because that's not far from my house as well. So that worked out well.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean it all. Yeah. No,
hopefully she had great care.
It did. We
great
did.
Job.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
I always want to hear that when people always say, "Hey,
it was
Dave,
good.
I went to your hospital. I'm waiting for a follow up. Like, was it okay?"
No, it was all good. It was all
great.
good. So we
That's
appreciate
great.
that and the work you guys did there.
Good.
Okay, but baseball. You know, you guys are not only involved here, and not only a good community support, but you guys in the fall, you have a little involvement with football. You're a video board sponsor,
Yes.
but you also have have a health fair out here. And you've done that
Yes,
the last
we
couple
do.
of years.
Thank
Talk
you
about
for
that and
bringing
when
that.
that's going to be.
Usually we have it in the fall time. It's in September or early October. We try to work it in between all the, you know, if you get a home game for OU or OSU or TU, it's not a good weekend because everybody's at the football.
Yeah, it's tough to find an open Saturday.
It is. So we try to do it before it gets too cold and where it's not too hot. But we do a free community health fair, and we partner up with the BA Public Schools last year, and we're going to do it again this year. And last year we did it on campus here, and we're going to do it again probably on campus here at the public schools here at Broken Arrow. And it's just great, great turnout, and it's free screenings, health information. We probably have about 30 booths that are different people in the community show up.
Oh, hey, I'm going to interrupt you. There's a
Not
drive
a
down.
problem.
Oh, just foul. I know with you having, and we'll interrupt and we'll come back to the health fair, but
Not a
you've got a
problem.
hospital in both towns.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, this is Arrowvision.tv, therefore Broken Arrow. So if you want to go ahead and cheer for the Tigers, we'll allow it.
Oh, great.
Okay?
Good.
Now, you know, I know you need to remain neutral,
exactly.
but.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm wearing my St. John hat in neutral colors.
Well, we have more black, and you are wearing a black
Yeah, that's
jacket,
true.
so I'm
Don't-
going to take that as you being a Tiger
Good,
fan
good,
at least
good.
tonight.
Yes, yes, yes.
There's a strikeout, so that's
Hopefully
the second
relief
strikeout in a row. But going back to the health fair, now, I'm sorry to interrupt,
No.
but let's talk about again. Now that was last year brought out, and we had youth football games, 3 or 4 youth football games that day, and so that
We
helped bring some
did.
people out. So
It
that's
did.
really good.
It was
That
great.
it
We
just
had a-
ties everything together.
Yeah, it was a great turnout, and we just timed it, and it was the day after homecoming,
Yes.
I believe. Homecoming football for Broken Arrow Tigers were Friday night, and we had the health fair the next day. And, you know, this has been a great partnership with the Broken Arrow Public Schools and administration. Everybody has been so supportive and helpful, and I'm just so impressed with all the coaches and teachers. And
Harrison Whitworth about
Going to be a base hit for Harrison Whitworth up the middle. Diving try there by Caleb Denny, but couldn't get the glove to it. So Tigers trying to get something going with 2 outs. Changing subjects on you. Now you were recognized with the Teacher of the Year out there. Prior to the game, St. John's is of course the title sponsor for this event, and I understand that you did not want to throw out a first pitch as well. You
no.
wanted to make
Well,
sure that
I was afraid they were going to each give us a baseball, and we would have to throw it at home plate. And I was afraid. I told her, let me go halfway. You could pitch it to me, and then I'll just toss it into home plate.
I told her actually when she did go out to ask for a cutoff.
Yes, she
and she did ask for a cutoff?
Yes, she
Okay. I had to explain to her what I was talking about,
Yes.
but so
That's
that was
great.
good that it worked out. But this is just, as you say, it's just a fabulous night right now.
Oh, yeah, and we've got a great
baseball.
crowd. I mean, for the people that didn't make it out, you need to come out. I mean, the weather and the sun, my gosh, you think it's almost a summer night with the bright sun out here, but the weather is just perfect, but for a jacket.
Had a great JV game before this when it ended in a 1-1 tie because it was starting to run a little late. We need to get these guys loosened up for the main event.
Right, right. I tell you, this new field you have out here, this turf, it is just fantastic.
Are you like me? I don't know if you paid attention to the softball field, which is the same way, but when you walked up, when you get far enough away, it actually the infield does look like dirt.
Oh, it does.
It-
I thought it
it's
was.
the
I thought
yeah.
the infield was dirt, and then you had the turf with green. But when I walked out and
Yeah.
I saw it, they did a fantastic job. It's really awesome.
Yeah, the base pass will fool you, won't they? It
Yeah.
does look like dirt until you
Oh,
just
yeah.
get it right there on it. Yeah, beautiful facility. And,
Oh,
of
it
course,
is.
we have the football the band actually practices, and the track right next door, which is another nice facility. It's Arsenal Turf. The band will practice out there and get them off the asphalt parking lot. You used to practice on an asphalt parking lot that was striped like a football field. And so in the summer months, I know being in the healthcare industry, you know that asphalt, of course, is much
Oh, sure.
hotter in the
Oh,
summer
yeah.
times, and so it'll be
Yeah.
more relaxing for them.
Sure. I tell you, in the school system, it's just growing. It's amazing the number of new schools that have been opened up here in the Broken Arrow district, hasn't it? And I guess there's going to be 3 more elementary schools.
Shortly, yeah. It's going to happen. Tell me a little bit about what your experience is like in Broken Arrow here. These just you individually coming over and being part of the community.
Well, the city, the chamber, the school, everybody has just really welcomed St. John. There was a period where there wasn't a hospital operating in the city, and for 100,000 population, that's not the typical what you run into in healthcare.
There's a shot. It's going to be, let's see if it makes a turn. They're going to come back. Yes, so it's going to be first and second now as Whitworth makes a turn but doesn't go on to third. So Tigers trying to get something going with 2 out. In the first inning, they scored 2 runs with 2 outs. So they have the option to score some runs here. And Mark Davis, who had an 2 RBI double in the first, back up again with 2 outs.
So when the community asked St. John to come out and open up a hospital, we just thought that was great. We jumped on the chance, and like I said, we opened the hospital in 2010. If your listeners haven't seen the hospital, it's just gorgeous. But really what makes the hospital so good is the nurses and physicians. I mean, it's the staff. We're in the people industry, and we're serving the community in the communities around Broken Arrow, and that's our mission.
And a number of those physicians and nurses are going to be here on May 4th for the annual physicals that the students do. So that's another area where you reach out and partner with the school district.
We do. We work with the Booster Club, I believe, and they help put it on. And we just supply nurses and doctors and help run. Seems like hundreds of thousands.
It'll be it'll it's every athlete from 8th grade through 12th grade, and you'll all have to have their physicals done to participate.
Right.
And you guys probably have more than at least 50 medical professionals out there helping, right?
It seems like there's a lot of, and also, another thing we do, we every year help work with the athletic department for the coaches for CPR.
Okay.
We bring our nursing staff out that does the training for CPR and basic life support, and all the new coaches or the coaches who have to renew their license, we work with them. That's another thing we do also.
And get that on your calendar because that is going to be August 5th.
Okay.
I'm sure Mr. Ellis probably talked to you about
He
that.
has.
But August 5th will be the date for that.
Okay.
So that'll be good.
Everything you're asking, I thought, my gosh, we are doing a lot.
It is. It's amazing when you just kind of sit down and go through it. We could make a list and probably still miss some things.
That's true. That's true.
So are you a big baseball fan?
Well, not as big as my wife. My wife, Connie.
Well, is she here? We could bring her up.
She is. She could talk to you baseball. She used to play.
Off the glove. Let's see if the Tigers can get a run home and take the lead. There's a throw going to go into Owen, cutting off. Nice play of keeping runners. They knew he wasn't going to get the runner at home, so McCutcheon throws into third as Whitworth crosses the plate at home. But he keeps Croft at second with that throw. So Davis with his third RBI of the night plates Whitworth, and there's still runners on first and second. Devin Johnson comes to the plate. So Tigers with the lead, and you're able to remain neutral over there.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah. No, my wife, she played. She went to TU Intramural softball.
Okay.
So she knows, and then she's our big sports fan, watching most of the sports. We always tease me. I was a cross country and track runner, and back in the 70s, I went to Bishop Kelly.
Okay.
And so back in the 70s, it was Green Country Conference, and it was Broken Arrow, and Owasso, Bishop Kelly, Claremore, I think Skytooth,
Yep.
It was
back when TPS had the big schools, and these suburban schools were
it was
decent size. But
exactly, Edison and Memorial were the big schools back in the early 70s, and Union and Jinx, they were really small back then. So I was talking to Coach Turner. We graduated about the same time, and he was in Owasso High School.
Up the middle, and that could get another run home. Charging in from center field is done. Throw is offline. So the Tigers scored their second as Devin Johnson comes through with a shot right back up the box.
Man, this is a great game. There's a lot of bats.
Yeah. Well, it is battle of the bats, and right now the Tigers are leading with putting more bats on the balls, and it's 4-2 right now here. With a couple of two-out rallies, the Tigers have played at two in the first and the third with two outs. Blake Schnauts now steps in. Schnauts the number 7 hitter, grounded out his first time. Talking with David Phillips, CEO of St. John Broken Arrow, St. John Owasso. And St. John is the title sponsor for your Battle of the Bats, third annual. And looks like hopefully the trend is going to be broken here. I know it's still early. There's a pop fly in the infield. Should be caught unless it gets out of play. And there it is. Nice play by Jake Insbrenner to end the inning, catching that one up against the screen.
Wow.
And David, again, I want to appreciate you coming by and thank you for St. John's for it, as we realize all they do for Broken Arrow schools and the community.
You're so kind. I appreciate it, and it's been my pleasure.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. Thanks again to David Phillips, CEO of St. John. We'll be back with the top of the fourth after this. Tigers lead it 4-2.
At St. John, you're not the patient in 201. You're a 7-month survivor. You're not the heart attack victim on the 4th floor. You're hero to Ava, Charlie, and Caleb. You're more than a diagnosis or database entry. You're the reason we exist. Our entire staff is committed to making you stronger. It's why Telsons, for 85 years and counting, choose the health family of St. John.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
Innsbrucker leads it off 7, 8, and 9. Innsbrucker, Dodger Turner, and Coldy Wolf. 4-2 Tigers. There's one fouled out of play back into the parking lot, and I think that just went off Athletic Director Ken Ellett's Jeep. And he's standing on my cord, but that's okay. He's not the first person to do that. I often do that myself. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ken Ellett is going to join us now, our third guest of the night. And Mr. Ellett, thanks for stepping in.
Well, you know, I don't know if I can do as good as Coach Phillips there, Mr. Phillips there from St. John's Broken Arrow in Oklahoma. He got us 2 more runs there and put us ahead 4-2.
Hey,
that's a tough act to follow.
We just want you to throw a shutout right here until we get back at it again. So if we can keep putting zeros up from here on out, that'll be good. You know, he remained neutral, having a hospital in Broken Arrow and Owasso. Oh, there's a shot just foul past first base. Looked like it was going to be fair, but goes wide of the bag.
You know, I talked to him as he was leaving the booth, and of course it was just me and him, so he didn't have to be neutral anymore. So I heard what I need to hear.
Very good, very good. And it's amazing, and we'll talk about them a little bit here. We started chatting and just about all the things that they do for not only the athletic department, but for the schools in the community all around. But they are a great partner to Broken Arrow Athletics, aren't they?
They are a great partner. They, in fact, we every other year we have to get our coaches go through a CPR training and take them through a whole afternoon, 4-hour training session, and we set that up with them, and they go through that process for us. And I know they do some internships with some other kids, and this is just one of the very this is a very neat deal that we do here, the Battle of the Bats, but it's just one of the many things they do.
All right, and speaking of they do, that is one thing that you have emphasized each of our sports to do, be a doer in the community and get out and do some community service work. And none greater than Coach Dobson and his baseball players. You know,
and there's been studies out there been done for years, and people talk about them that, when you look at a young person going out into the real world, turns into a young adult, people want to say that grade point, class rank, test scores are the most important things, which are extremely important. But they found those kids that are involved in activities are the ones that do the best when they get out there. They learn how to deal with other people, they learn how to deal with hardship, and so on. And one of the things that we think our athletic programs can do is we ask a lot of our teams, or all of our teams, to get involved in some service projects, and it allows those kids to see that there's sometimes things bigger than themselves, bigger than the team, bigger than the program. And Coach Dobson does a wonderful job with that. They probably do more than any other team we have in the program, but they do a baseball game on a Saturday that we play against Union, and it's in support of MS and raises money for that and that cause. And they go out and they feed different things like Thanksgiving and Christmas lines, and they help with Broken Arrow neighbors, and just do a lot of great things. We have what we call our pillars in the athletic office. They're called Tiger Stripes, and basically we take the word stripes, and S is for service, T is for trust, and R is for respect, and I for integrity, and P for positive attitude, E for excellence, and then self-discipline is the last one, and all of our coaches try to work with our kids in those things, and our baseball program does a very good job of it.
Yeah, and what I liked about the Strikeout MS is it's not just baseball involved, but they were able to get softball gets involved, and helping out. The cheerleaders get involved. The Tigets come down, so you get a lot of groups that get involved in that.
You bet. it's a great activity, and anytime you can get more than one group involved, it's always a better way to do it, and they do a great job with that.
All right, so let me go back and refresh what's going on here. Owasso, whenever I had Mr. Phillips up here, wait a minute, they were going to get a pop fly. Should be caught. Schnauts takes that one. Okay, so, boy, I tell you what, we went to 3-2 right there. But it was 3 up, 3 down when Mr. Phillips was up here. You gave up a single, and you got the 3-2 on the next batter. Mr. Ellett, we're going to have to work on you there. But you did get a pop fly. You just kind of want to make it interesting, didn't you?
Yes, absolutely. The sun was out just a few minutes ago, and standing outside looking at the field from up here, man, it's a beautiful sight, isn't it?
It is. It's amazing. We were talking about that earlier, that especially what the night turned out to be and the anticipation by people thinking we may not even get this thing in with all the forecasts.
Yeah.
But it is beautiful right now. But then, and I've said this about everyone I talk to, and I think you may be the same way. But when you first walk up and the first time you see it, you go, "Well, I thought the base paths were going to be dirt. Oh, we're going to be turf."
Yeah,
but it's the same way. It just looks. It looks so good from far away, and when you get closer, it even looks better.
I was told a cute story just a little bit ago. We had an official that was out here about a week ago for slow pitch over there, and that's our softball diamond's all turf as well, and he's an older gentleman. And he goes to Coach King and says, "My gosh, how do you keep this dirt so smooth and level?" And he honestly thought it was dirt. And then he looked at the grass and said the same thing, and it was kind of a cute story. And speaking of our slow pitch softball team, they're having a great year. I think they're 25-4.
Don't quote me, but it's about like that. Yeah.
But
that one gets away.
Here's something you don't hear every day. We had a doubleheader on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was against Bartlesville and Bixby, and one of our young ladies, the Rala, she's playing. She batted 3 times in the first game, 3 times in the second game, and hit 6 home runs. 3 home runs in each game every time she got up. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, and I'd ask Coach King afterwards if he'd ever had a player come close to that. He said no, because like you said, it was 6 home runs, 15 RBIs. What a
yeah,
that's amazing. You can't that's as close to a perfect game as you can get, from a hitting standpoint.
Hard to believe, but they have their regional coming up this next Wednesday. We'll be hosting that, and hopefully they'll do a good job in there and get ready to go to the state tournament. But you got to take care of business at one game at a time.
You get you a strikeout. Now you're cooking there. You just got yourself a strikeout. So
yeah, we're warming. Took a while to warm up.
Yeah, softball will be 11 o'clock on Wednesday. We play Tulsa Hale. And if we win that at 3 o'clock, then it'll be Stillwell or Tahlequah.
Right. And you say, I know people sometimes think of us large school and you say Stillwell and some of those, but I tell you, they have some great teams. And it's also been kind of fun to watch as we grew up in the slow pitch.
Sure.
We were fairly new to that. And I remember when Coach King first got in, he says, we're going to use the same little short swing we use in fast pitch. And, we're not going to change a lot, but we're going to gain a lot in defense. And you start playing these schools like Stillwell, and they get up there and they got that left leg up in the air, and kind of the old when you were back and played slow pitch yourself, and just hammering the ball. And now we're getting to where we're doing the same thing, and it's been kind of fun to watch this change.
All right, we'll see how you do in the next half. We'll take a break. Tigers get out of that one, only giving up 1 hit. They strand 1 to Owasso. It is still 4-2 Tigers. This is Tiger Baseball on AeroVision.
Tiger Threads is the one-stop shop to get all things BA. Whether you're a little Tiger, a current student, a proud alumni, a parent, or just a fan of Broken Arrow, Tiger Threads is taking black and gold to an entirely new level with a variety of apparel and spirit accessories. New items arrive daily in all the best brands, including Nike, Under Armour, Glitter Gear, Hanes, and much, much more. If you can't find something you love, ask our staff. We can help with special and custom orders and are always open to new ideas and suggestions. Tiger Threads is located inside the main high school entrance and is open 10 through 6 Monday through Thursday and 10 to 4 on Fridays.
All right, it's going to be Landon Hewlett, Austin Hewlett, and then Brady Bean back to the top for the Tigers. Executive Athletic Director Ken Ellett joining me, and he spoke with me during the first half of the fourth, and he's going to be with us here through the second half of the fourth as the Tiger Bats come to life, hopefully again. They did for Mr. Phillips, the CEO of St. John Broken Arrow and St. John Owasso, and let's see if our Executive Athletic Director can get us more than 2 in this one inning and really pad something.
It's all about just hanging on now. Or is it too early to say that?
It's too early. Yeah, I think we need some more. I think he went down to Coach Dobson. He said we don't want to hang on. We want to pound on. So it's really good. We were at the press conference, we had the other day, and the way the kids talked about, they had Trevor McCutcheon from Owasso and Harrison Whitworth from Broken Arrow, about how the kids have grown up playing each other, know each other. That was kind of neat to see those two kids talking with each other, being from big rivals of probably two of the most storied programs in 6A baseball in Oklahoma.
In fact, there's not too many teams in the state at any level that can say that they were a national champion. And, 2011 Broken Arrow was, and I know that Owasso, I don't know the exact year, but has done that, and that's something not everybody can say.
Yeah, and we're seeing a good one tonight. There's a fly ball into left, shallow left. Coming in is Tyler Pittman. Catches it in foul ground. That one kept moving in, so there's a foul ball out. 1 down. All right, now Austin Hewlett's going to come up.
Our soccer teams played last night, and boy, had a great night. Our girls beat Bishop Kelly 2-1, and it was a big game for them because district-wise, if they lost that game, they'd have been in the 3rd or 4th in the district, but that secured second place for them in the district, so they'll get a first-round playoff game. And then our boys beat Bishop Kelly 2-1 as well, and that actually won the district for them, 7-0 in the district, and they'll be home the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, and a great, great game for them last night.
Hewlett.
There you go. There's my first hit.
There you go. Brady Bean coming up, and I think both teams were down 1-0 and had to come back and rally.
They were very similar. They got down 1-0 early and then came back and won them.
Yeah. So I think May 5th, I believe, is is the day that they
first round. Yeah, the first round starts on Tuesday, and then we'll go to that next Friday will be the second round, and then that next Tuesday will be the third round. And then the state championships May 16th, I believe, is a Saturday. 16th or 17th.
And if the boys keep winning, a chance that they can play 3 at home. Is that right? It depends on how it all falls out, but there's a slim chance, right?
They make the guidelines set up in a way where if you have 2 games home as a district winner, it's difficult to get that third one home. But, yeah, you can.
Yeah, if both district champions,
then
it being an odd year and we're in an odd number district, means we get 3 at home. So that'd be kind of nice. Tell us, Mr. Ellett, you've been around a long time. What does it mean to you as an athletic director to see where facilities and things have gone from when you started, and just what a wonderful group of fields we have, from what we look at the track and then back over to football and the indoor, and what's that mean to you?
It's been a long time coming. It's we all the way back when I was hired by Dr. Oliver back in 1990. He with the money that they had back there and bond issue wise, and how fast we were growing, it was incredible. And really, the facilities that he even built back then, our gymnasium or field house, is really second to none. It's getting old enough now where we have to update some things, but he did a fabulous job of getting some facilities built. And then just from that point on, we've kind of moved along. But when Dr. Mendenhall came aboard, he really has a construction background a little bit, and he likes to see things go up, and he likes to make them very nice. And this turf field is an example of that. The softball field, the football indoor facility, which soccer uses, lots of other groups, and it gives you a sense of pride. And we've often talked about some of the programs around the state that have, Union's got nice facilities, and Jenks has got nice facilities in Owasso and right down the line. But it does have an impact on your kids. Not only do they have great facilities to practice, but they also, I think it sends a message to them how important they are to us and how important we think of what they do is. There are just a lot of things that I think that it does for the program.
Well, and I think for baseball, I think if you look at our spring and how wet it was and then how cold it was early, and we've been able to play games that other schools have not been able to play games, and even games that were scheduled away have been able to come this way, and we've been able to host some games that were supposed to be at other fields, and we've played them at home.
In fact, I bet we have had 12 college teams in the last week come in and play a game here because they got rained out and called, hey, we come over and play a quick game during the day, and I think we probably played 4 games this week.
Yeah, there was some yesterday, correct?
Yeah, yesterday,
so, yeah.
and there's actually going to be a couple tomorrow, and that's a great PR vehicle for us. Most of those teams, we've got a kid playing on it somewhere, and it's been really neat to be able to have them come in and be part of that.
Oh, nice play over there at third by Gabe Neff. Gets the out, but the runners advance, so it's going to be second and third. And again, let's see if the Tigers can get a 2-out rally going. They scored all 4 runs with 2 outs. Yeah, I mean, Owasso has a turf infield, but the outfield is grass, and so that's not unusual at places. But the outfield just doesn't drain, and if we get as much rain as we've had, it puddles up. They've played, they are 17-4. We are 24-8, so 11 more games, and that and a lot of it has to do with
and
what we're
there's a
looking at.
timeline on district games, and in fact, Coach Dobson and I were talking about that today. That there's a lot of teams out there that have a lot of district games left to play, and they got to have them done by May 2nd. And this next week's going to be huge for them, getting a lot of ball games in.
Yeah, we only have basically next week 2 scheduled.
In fact, we don't have any more district games we have to play. We're done.
That one's upstairs. Mr. Ellett trying to get his 2 runs in, and he'll do that any way he can.
I'll settle for 1 right here.
Okay. Don't settle, Mr. Ellett. You wouldn't want your coach to settle on anything, would you? Coach to settle.
At the end of the day, if we got a half point more than they do, I'll be good.
Talk about your coaching staff, and we've had some changes. We're going to new volleyball coach coming in and stuff. So
really excited about Ian Bullen's his name. We're hiring him from Coweta. In fact, I spent a couple hours with him this afternoon interviewing for assistant coaches for him, and he is going to be a great volleyball program. And the thing nice about it, he gives Kari Smith a lot of credit. Kari went over and took the job at Bixby, and he says the neat thing about coming in Broken Arrow is the volleyball program is in really good shape. There's some things he wants to expand on, but when we interviewed him, we had a committee of 9 members, and when he got done, at the end of the day, it was a really simple decision to make. And everybody we interviewed did a good job, but he was just heads and tails above everybody else. I think the other thing that's exciting is we've had a couple people that interviewed for the head job, and I'm pretty sure we're going to one of them is going to step up and be an assistant coach for us. And that'll be he'll have a great staff by the time he's all done.
That's rare, isn't it? That someone would do that with the head job, don't get it, and then say, well, hell, look, I'll come be an assistant. So
yeah.
That says a lot for what you're running here.
Yeah. Well, we called her up and just kind of threw it out there, and I could tell she wasn't quite sure she was interested in doing that at first, and the more we talked about it, she said, and she's pretty much committed to us today. We're going to wait till Monday to get the absolute for sure, but we're excited about her.
Here's a full count on Whitworth, who struck out his first time up, singled and scored back in the third. Let's see if the number 3 hitter can get something here on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs.
Stay away from that dirt ball now. That's what he got him the last time, I think.
Yeah, the change. Got a good change back there. Just cracks that one. Third. Going down on one knee is Neff, throw to first and gets him. So a guy that Whitworth had played a lot with as a kid, and when he's very familiar with, Gabe Neff, throws across the diamond and gets him. So that's going to be it. Mr. Ellett, thanks for joining us. I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you, and let's keep that 2-run lead now.
Yeah, at least.
I kept it for an inning.
You didn't let us get it.
No, I didn't.
Let it go. So it's all on me now, I guess,
you
right?
Betcha.
All right. Thanks a lot. It's 4-2 Tigers. We're going into the top of the 5th after this.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, Learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
I used to struggle in school, but Huntington helped me with phonics, reading, study skills, writing, algebra,
chemistry, calculus,
SATs,
ACTs.
Huntington helped me with all my subjects.
No matter what grade your child is in, no matter what kind of grades they get, Huntington can help. For over 35 years, our individualized approach to tutoring has helped thousands improve at every level, from basic subjects to college test prep. Let Huntington help your child. Huntington, your tutoring solution.
All right, here we are, top of the fourth, and thanks for all my guests joining me today. That was exciting, talking with all three of them. Teacher of the Year, Amanda Bowser. There's a ground ball sharply to Hewlett, who's going to pick up, go to first. And Croft takes that one. One up, one down so far. Here in the top of the fifth. That was Neff, and here comes
27.
Gib Neff steps in.
I'll stick that in my high school baseball notes, and everybody will be saying, what do you put a girl? What do you put a softball player in?
There's a strike to Neff, who made a dandy play to get Whitworth at first base to end the inning of the fourth. Breaking pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike on Neff. That one's inside. 3-1 now to Neff. Lights have now taken full effect. We've talked through sunset. That one goes fouling out of play. Count is full on the senior third baseman for Owasso. Up the middle, Hewlett ranges over behind the bag. Going to make the throw. A little high, but easily taken care of by Croft. And there is 2 out. So the Hewlett brothers have each had an assist this inning. And now it's McGrath. McCutcheon steps in, as Sturgeon has settled in here over the last 2 2/3. Actually 3 2/3. Yes, I did say McGrath. Not Fred McGriff, but yeah, not Fred McGriff. Up the middle. That one hits the mound. Here comes, oh, can't grab it is Hewlett. So kind of a bouncing ball base hit. That one spun awkwardly off the mound. So the guys behind me scored an error. I'm thinking the spin may have caused some problems the way it hit the mound, so I'm going to give it a hit for McCutcheon. And here comes designated hitcher Tyler Brown. Brown flew up his last time up and pops this one up. Shortstop Hewlett takes that one. Wind aided, held it up to the infield. So that does it in the top of 5 for the Rams. They get a runner aboard on a little chopper up the middle that Hewlett couldn't handle. We're going into the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-2 Tigers.
At St. John, you're not the patient in 201. You're a 7-month survivor. You're not the heart attack victim on the 4th floor. You're hero to Ava, Charlie, and Caleb. You're more than a diagnosis or database entry. You're the reason we exist. Our entire staff is committed to making you stronger. It's why Telson's, for 85 years and counting, choose the health family of St. John.
My Contour helps me discover all new sides to myself, like it knows I'm into sci-fi and personally recommends new things I didn't know existed. Like intergalactic biohumanoid sci-fi, lovable ogre sci-fi, and whatever this is.
I just look for the diamonds, and suddenly,
I'm into whole new worlds of entertainment. That's why
Contour is TV just for me. For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
All right, it's going to be Colton Croft, Mark Davis, and Devin Johnson. Anyone gets aboard, it'll be Blake Snouts. Croft has been on base twice tonight and scored twice.
So 2 errors on the Tigers, right?
That one's up high.
Yes, sir. Zero. It's like the dude. If the dude batting, that's his guy.
He's the offensive line coach.
I just know he's an offensive coach. Let's don't put line coach on. I'm not 100% sure.
I'll ask him when he gets up here.
Remember what?
Croft watches that one come across as well. His dad is going to join us for the last 2 innings. Baseball coach before joining the Tiger football staff. Not here, but I believe he's at Eufaula for a little while. That one goes foul by his son, Colton. Paul will be joining us. Coached baseball for 12 years at the high school level. And he's going to help me finish out the 6th and the 7th. That one stays up. Croft swings through that one. And now the count goes full. Croft trying to get on for the 3rd time tonight. The Tigers' leading hitter. Fists that one off into right. McCutcheon makes a move like he's going to make the catch, but not even close. So Croft aboard for the 3rd time and hoping to score a 3rd run. Mark Davis coming in.
Morris will come in as the pinch runner.
Morris is going to run for Croft. So something maybe going again here with Morris running. Just the assigned runner, the courtesy runner there for Croft is Morris. Takes a big lead. He runs right off the bat, kind of stumbles a little bit, but he is going to get in there with a stolen base. So the assigned runner does his job and gets down to 2nd. Even though he had a little stumble, seemed like a late start, he still had enough speed to get down there and beat the high throw in. The pitch was a ball, so it was a pretty easy one to handle for Ensbrenner, but he couldn't get the throw there.
So are you saying the Rockets are going to be up 3-0? That's going to be hard to come back.
Davis now with another runner, and Ensbrenner's going to go out and talk with his pitcher, get him settled down. If nothing else, the Tigers have done a great job of putting the ball in play tonight. Wesley came in with 16 strikeouts and 21 2/3. He's got 3 tonight. All 3 swinging on that sneaky changeup, 2 of them at least. Three and 0 to Davis. 2-0 to Davis. Umpire getting the board corrected for us. They pinch the runner in at 2nd to the infielders on the middle of the diamond. That one's fouled back, so it's 2-1. Both the 2nd and short, Cody Wolf and Caleb Denny, are dancing around near the bag, holding Morris, not letting him get a little extra jump there. But a base hit will score him. Davis gets a base hit. It'll be RBI number 4. That's what happens when you dance around. Let's see, they're going to try to send him. Here comes the throw at the plate. Throw is up the line, getting by, and he's safe and going down to second. Running behind the throw. Nice hitting, nice running by Davis as Morris scores. Davis is down at second, gets his 4th RBI of the night. So what a night for Davis. 3 singles, 4 RBIs, advances to second on the throw. The Tigers lead it 5-2. Scoring in the odd-numbered innings. Devin Johnson, who got an RBI right up the middle. As Coach Turner goes to the mound to talk things over. See what he's planning. We've got someone warming up down in the Owasso bullpen. See if he's ready to go to that. Those odd number innings have been a bugaboo tonight anyway for Wesley. Tigers got a 2-out hit from Davis to score 2 in the first. They get a 2-out hit from Davis to score 1, then a 2-out hit from Devin Johnson to score another in the third. And right here, they go with nobody out and try to get a no-out rally going. We're going with a pitching change. We'll be back with the new pitcher right after this. Tigers lead it here in the 5th, 5-2.
At TTCU, before they make any decision, they ask one simple question. What's best for our members? Take checking accounts. They know it takes effort to move your account, so they make sure it's worth it by giving you and your school $50 when you get a School Pride Visa check card. It's easy to manage your accounts. Here, there, anywhere, and TTCU rewards loyalty. With direct deposit based on your balances, you could earn extra dividends. Rewards? Check at TTCU.
For tiny miracles and superheroes. For beautiful warriors, neighborhood quarterbacks, and family treasures. You're why we exist. For 85 years and counting, St. John has been by your side through every checkup, challenge, and triumph. We're your partner in health. We are St. John.
Connor Frazier, the new pitcher for Owasso, hasn't seen a lot of action, only thrown 1 inning. And in that inning, give up, if it all came consecutively, obviously got 3 guys out somewhere. But in his total of 1 inning pitch, has not allowed a walk, has not struck anyone out. Or excuse me, has allowed 1 walk and has not struck out anyone, has not allowed a hit. So an ERA of 0 for new pitcher Connor Frazier. Going to be Devin Johnson coming to the plate. He has a single and an RBI. Also grounded it to short his first time up. So Devin 1 for 2 tonight. Johnson has an inherited runner on second. So far, 5 runs charged to Logan Wesley. Nobody out as we bat in the 5th. Johnson bunts at that one, comes back over, and it's going to be foul against the screen. So a long flying foul ball back this way on the bunt attempt by Johnson.
To play the Tigers, Devin Johnson.
Johnson came in tonight, 348. He does like to bunt. He's got the speed to get down to first. First baseman Turner sneaking in. Playing at the base was Gabe Neff over at third, and that one is bunted foul. So let's see if Devin continues to try to bunt or if Coach Dobson's going to go ahead and have him swing away. Neff takes a couple of steps back at third, and Turner in front of the bag at first on the artificial grass. Still expecting the bunt. Johnson takes the curveball, swings it down. Neff makes a driving play. He's going to throw across the diamond and gets him. Now they're going to throw behind the runner. So a nice play by Neff to get the speedy Johnson. It was bang bang at first, but Johnson was thrown out by Neff, or so the umpire says. Runner can advance.
As I said, one down.
One out for Blake Schnauts. Foul ball there for Schnauts. Out of play over the dugout of the Owasso Rams. Schnauts looking to help the Tigers tack another one on. If not for a dandy play by Neff, Tigers would have 2 on and nobody out. And that one hit Snouts in the back, and so he's going to take a trip down to first.
Austin Morris, who pinch hitted for Snouts, will be hit by the pitch. Not Austin Morris. My mistake. Austin Wilson, number 19, was the pinch hitter. Now
Okay.
Snouts will re-enter to run.
Yeah, getting that was
Austin Wilson.
Austin Wilson was pinch hitting there. And now Schnauts is going to re-enter the game as the runner and will stay at third base. Yeah, Wilson, a .311 hitter, gets hit in the back. Frazier steps off the rubber. Everything's going to restart here. There's a ball low to Hewlett. Hewlett walked his first time up, was caught stealing. Then he popped out to left last inning. Chopper's going to go foul over here by third base. Coach's box. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Tigers' second baseman. Davis on second, who singled in advance there on the throw that was late getting to the plate, allowing pinch runner Morris to score, who was running for Colton Croft, who singled to start the inning. Down at first is Schnauts, who was pinch hit for by Wilson, who got hit in the back on a Frazier curveball that did nothing. Hewlett 2-1 awaits. That one catches the inside part. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 on, 1 out here in the Tiger fifth. 5-2 BA in the St. John's Battle of the Bats. That one's up top in the eyes. Count is full. See if Dobson has his runners off and going now with 1 out and the count full. The smart money says they are running. There they go. Well, they bluffed and went back. Fortunately, Snouts was moving from first. They could only get 1, couldn't get the force.
But there's 2 down.
Ground ball to short. Denny's able to go across the diamond to first. 2 outs.
2 down.
Austin Hewlett coming in. Runners on second and third. Brady Bean on deck, hoping to get a chance with more runners on base. Yes, I am a mind reader, and that is what Brady Bean is thinking. Exactly. I could sense it. He was going, I hope I get a chance with more runners on base. That was a direct quote of what he was thinking. Karnak, for those old Johnny Carson fans. And if you were a Johnny Carson fan, then you are old. Tulsa World sports writer Mike Brown behind me doing his best impersonation of Ed McMahon. I say it's his best. I didn't say it was good. There's a chopper to the right side. See if the Braves. Oh, did the Rams get there? Was it a call? Called him out. That was a bang bang, another bang bang, and the Rams get the call. So the play goes 3-1, and the Tigers do get a run. They get one. They lead at 5-2.
My Contour helps me discover all new sides to myself, like it knows I'm into sci-fi and personally recommends new things I didn't know existed. Like intergalactic biohumanoid sci-fi, lovable ogre sci-fi, and whatever this is. I just look for the diamonds, and suddenly,
I'm into whole new worlds of entertainment. That's why
Contour is TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
I used to struggle in school, but Huntington helped me with phonics, reading, study skills, writing, algebra,
Chemistry. Calculus.
SATs.
ACTs.
Huntington helped me with all my subjects.
No matter what grade your child is in, no matter what kind of grades they get, Huntington can help. For over 35 years, our individualized approach to tutoring has helped thousands improve at every level, from basic subjects to college test prep. Let Huntington help your child. Huntington, your tutoring solution.
Top of the sixth. I was anticipating Paul Croft to join me. He opened the door and then walked away. Maybe he thought the room was too full, or maybe some of the guys in here smell bad. Either way, 5-2, top of the sixth. Owasso Rams got a couple of bang-bang calls go their way in the last half. Parker Dunn, center fielder, is going to lead it off, and it's going to be the catcher Insburner, followed by first baseman Dodger Turner. Dunn takes that one outside from Tigers starter Nolan Sturgeon. That one's upstairs, so it's 2-0.
I mistake, it's actually Parker Dunn, number 11, that leads off the inning.
That's outside. So it goes 3-0 on the leadoff. Oh, he called that one a strike. Well, writing it down too soon. You guys got to admit, I wasn't the only one fooled by that call. There's a base hit up the middle. So Dunn delivers a single up the middle. And he's on first. So whether that was a strike or a ball, he still gets a hit. Insburner, the catcher, and here comes who will be my partner the last couple innings. He must have had the delayed steal sign and couldn't get into the booth quick enough. Have a seat right here, Mr. Croft. There's your headset. No balls, one strike. Throw to first, and that's going to get away. Over the head of the child of the gentleman sitting to my right now. So what do you think? You come in and you jinx your son right away? He can't catch a pickoff attempt?
I guarantee you. Got to concentrate.
He knew you were up in the booth, and he wanted to see how you were going to call that one. He thought you were going to be here the whole time.
Wanted to know where Dad went.
Yeah. Where's my father? Where's my father? Oh, no.
Well, it's been a good game so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone the Tigers' way, except for that first inning. But
yeah, Sturgeon, he kind of settled in after the first inning, didn't he?
He certainly did, and now he's lost a little bit, but he'll gain it back, I anticipate.
Yeah. He's got a good catcher back there. He'll get him dialed in.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runner does advance to second on the ill-fated pickoff attempt. And I'm sorry, Mr. Croft, but I'm going to assess that to your son. I thought he should have caught that ball.
I agree with you.
So what do you like what you've seen out of the Tigers so far?
Well, the thing that I like the most is got a bunch of young kids out there on the field tonight, and Boy Dobbs has just done a great job getting these guys ready to play this year. And, again, Witt getting Sturgeon dialed back in after that first inning. They're making the routine plays and, moving the runners around on the base.
Sturgeon, not only had a time getting dialed into the first, he swung. There it is, strike 3 on that breaking pitch, which looked nice. But he had a little struggle getting dialed in at the beginning of the season.
Yes.
They started JV, and they worked with him a little bit. And so it's good that it's great that he's had him back because he's really turned into a fabulous pitcher for the varsity club.
Well, that's the great thing about Broken Arrow here. I mean, you almost get to treat your JV like a minor league squad. And, if you need to send them down and get some innings in, boy, it's a good deal for him. So that's kind of what he did.
Came into tonight with an ERA under 1. Both pitchers did.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about was how successful he is, and most pitchers are, but how successful he was with strike 1.
Yes. And I was looking at the radar gun out there. His fastball's about 84. Breaking pitch is coming in around 75. And so, it's kind of a good speed differential right there.
Just enough to keep everybody off balance?
Yes. Yeah. And, and he's around the zone. So that curveball's looking a little more, like it's going to stay in the zone, then it just drops out.
And I think both pitchers have benefited a little bit from a wide zone tonight.
Yes.
Wide and low.
Yeah.
And I got full just before you came up here on a called strike that I thought was ball 3.
Yeah, it seems like when the umpire moves one side of the plate to the other, he's kind of a little inconsistent, but, he's getting it on both sides.
Oh,
he's going to stay right there.
Oh, hit the bat handle.
Oh, at his elbow. He stuck it across the plate. Yeah.
What's the call going to be?
Umpire saying stay
nope,
right
stay
here.
Stay here. You're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. That's a good call. Yeah, he leaned out across the plate a good 8 inches.
Got to be on top of that one behind the dish, and he was.
Yes, yeah.
Coach Turner doesn't agree, but Coach Turner's already got one go his way.
Yes.
On an appeal, and he's not going to win this one.
No. I mean, when you make the call that quick from an umpire, you're not going to change your mind.
Yeah, he knew right away he was signaling. That's why I thought he was going to know you're staying here, and I thought maybe he's going to call it a foul ball, but then he would put both hands in the air if it was off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
But that got the elbow good, and he's going to go back with the armor, get the armor back on.
Yeah. Well, and I've noticed, too, in the last couple innings, they've started crowding the play a little bit more, getting more on that line.
Well, and dual interest in this one for Coach Turner because that is his son.
No doubt.
So
he may argue this one a little harder.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy. He needs to go to first base. He got hit in the elbow.
And on a night like this, when it's getting a little chilly, it hurts even a little more,
But look at the night it's turned out to be. The wind started out howling and, blowing hard in here, and now the flag is pretty much just hanging there and no wind at all. Beautiful night.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Flag's gone limp a little bit, and so now we'll see if these pitchers can get these guys out.
Coach Turner still having his say. And that's a man with 1,000 victories at the high school level, so he's earned the right to have his say.
Yes. I imagine he's been in a few of these conversations before.
1 ball, 2 strike on the coach's son from Owasso. 1 out. Got a runner on second. Two to two. I've just been corrected again. Not the first time tonight. That one is wide. So the count is full on Turner. Coach Paul Croft sitting beside me, joined me for the last 2. That one's fouled away. Has 12, 13 years of baseball coaching experience. Where at, Coach?
Yeah, before I came to Broken Arrow, I was the head baseball coach at Spyro, and we kind of had a little bit of success there, and made state tournament a few times my last few years there at Spiro, and so it's kind of good to get set on this side of the fence and kind of give what I think.
Say your piece.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, just so totally impressed with what Coach Dobson and Coach Chambers and Summers have done. Man, they run a great program up here.
All right. Coach Dobson's going to send Whitworth out, and let's see if the Tigers are going to. Well, they've got nothing going. Well, they do have someone up in the pen.
Yeah, it looks like they got Varel warming up.
warming.
Yeah. Looks like he may come in and try to.
Plenty of days off for him, so he should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They got a district game on Monday, but they've got Nell and Burke and some of those other guys they can go to. So, and this too here might be one of those games where you may see these guys in regionals here in a couple of weeks. So, a win's important.
It certainly is. Plus, it'll snap the trend of the away team winning both games of the so far the two previous games. And so let's see. That's going to be it tonight for Nolan Sturgeon. What a heck of a game he's thrown. His runs he gave up were unearned in the first.
Yes.
So he is responsible for the 2 on right now.
Yeah. Hopefully Varel can come in here and give him a different look from the left side and get us a couple ground balls and get out of this thing.
All right. Tigers lead it 5-2. Pitching change. Varel's going to be throwing when we come back. This is Tiger Baseball on Aerovision.
My Contour helps me discover all new sides to myself, like it knows I'm into sci-fi and personally recommends new things I didn't know existed. Like intergalactic biohumanoid sci-fi, lovable ogre sci-fi, and whatever this is. I just look for the diamonds, and suddenly,
I'm into whole new worlds of entertainment. That's why
Contour is TV just for me.
For the many sides of you, there's Contour.
I used to struggle in school, but Huntington helped me with phonics, reading, study skills, writing, algebra,
Chemistry. Calculus.
SATs.
ACTs.
Huntington helped me with all my subjects.
No matter what grade your child is in, no matter what kind of grades they get, Huntington can help. For over 35 years, our individualized approach to tutoring has helped thousands improve at every level, from basic subjects to college test prep. Let Huntington help your child. Huntington, your tutoring solution.
All right. Varel's on the hill, and he's going to be. He's going to be in relief. Hadn't pitched in a while, but the lefty's done a fabulous job for Coach Dobson. Varel mostly starter for the Tigers. Has thrown 36 innings. Started 7 of the 8 games he's appeared in. He's 4-2. Has 1 save though, so he's capable of coming in relief.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to watch every game this year, and Varel has just been outstanding on the mound.
There's a strike from him right there. So 5 1/3 for Sturgis tonight.
Yes.
He's accountable for the 2 runs on base. So Varel inherits 2. And he jumps ahead 0-2 right now.
Boy, nice
on Cody
ball.
Wolf.
Nice ball. Ground ball right here for a double play would be nice.
Middle infielders are pinching the bag at second. There's a strikeout. Foul tip hung on by Whitworth.
That was an 82-mile-an-hour pitch right there.
Slings it up there, the lefty does.
Yes. The thing about Varel, he's just confident when he gets out there on the mound. Been in a lot of big district games early on this year, and so this right here is just a normal spot for him.
It's interesting for the Tigers coming in and has so much experience at pitching last year. He was going to have to go across.
Oh,
interesting. Batter didn't even move.
He thought it was a foul ball, and they're calling him out.
Well, he was out because it wasn't a foul ball. Does he think he got catcher interference? Or that's interesting. Let's see. Turner's not even going to talk to the umpire. So it'd be interesting to see what the thought was, because I was looking down there and I didn't see a runner.
Well,
those across and anticipating possibly. Well, we're going to go to the top of the 6th, and that one will just be left up to question, or excuse me, the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2 Tigers.
for tiny miracles. And superheroes for beautiful warriors. Neighborhood quarterbacks and family treasures. You're why we exist. For 85 years and counting, St. John has been by your side through every checkup, challenge, and triumph. We're your partner in health. We are St. John.
At TTCU, before they make any decision, they ask one simple question. What's best for our members? Take checking accounts. They know it takes effort to move your account, so they make sure it's worth it by giving you and your school $50 when you get a School Pride Visa check card. It's easy to manage your accounts. Here, there, anywhere, and TTCU rewards loyalty. With direct deposit based on your balances, you could earn extra dividends. Rewards? Check at TTCU.
We're at the top of the order for the Tigers. Brady Bean, Cade Goins, and Harrison Whitworth. And we'll see if Coach Croft can call the at-bat for his son this inning, or if the big number 4 hitter is going to have to wait and be a leadoff guy.
Yeah, well, this right here, hopefully he doesn't get to bat in the 7th inning.
That's true. That's
yeah.
true.
So
I should have looked ahead at my score sheet. So you're hoping he gets to hit now, and
Yeah.
I will leave it all up to you when he comes to the plate.
You know, if he gets to this inning without hitting the rest of the game, we won. We'll be happy.
So true in the way that Varel threw that inning, it should be a pretty easy to predict that things are going to be the same.
Yeah, and you're towards the end of the lineup, too, I believe.
Shot back to the pitcher, going to be an easy one. So Bean is out. And here comes Going. Bean's 90 had a single. They grounded out in the first off the pitcher's glove to the second baseman. Then he struck out in the third. Then he got his base hit, which was an infield variety. And their little chipper back to the pitcher. Here comes Going. He reached in the first and stole a base. Struck out in the third. Grounded out in the fourth.
Yeah, he had a good hit in the first inning there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Got a single to get things going. It was a one-out hit, and then a strikeout followed that. Harrison Whitworth got fooled on a changeup.
Mm-hmm.
Then Croft came up and reached, got a hit. And then Davis did some damage with a 2-out double.
Well, Mark's had a good night.
He has 4 RBIs tonight, 3 for 3.
You know, you got a few sophomores doing some good things at the plate, you know, and playing well out in the field. So it's been a good night for those guys.
Another one of those kind of late season arrivals is Davis.
Yes, he was. You know, and the thing right here that these guys that are batting right now, this pitcher's going to want to throw strikes. He didn't want to get anybody on, so he should have opportunity, put the ball in play.
Denny takes care of that one over from his shortstop spot, and here comes Whitworth. Paul Croft has never cheered harder for Whitworth in his life than he is right now.
Come on, Whit. I'll bet you they don't give him much down the middle. And Whit's another guy that has just taken off this year at the plate. He has had a great year.
Senior leader
yes.
of the team.
You know, and
go ahead.
Well,
the only returning senior starter.
Yes, and right now, as it stands, the only one that BA will lose off this field tonight for next year.
Yeah, that's playing. Good
yeah.
point.
So it's going to be could be some good years coming ahead.
Yeah, great chance because on the mound, really, Burke is the one that is going to lose. But interesting thing about Whitworth and Burke, now we talk about him, is Whitworth beaned his pitcher.
I seen that the other
night.
Yeah, and Burke was down, and he just kind of got the throw down a little bit and hit him in the hand.
I asked Whitworth if he couldn't get the throw all the way there and had to hit his cutoff.
Was he wanting a relay?
Yeah, I needed to get a relay. I can't make the throw. I can go 60. I can't throw 120.
Well, Whit's got 2 strikes on him.
Yeah,
right
he
here.
should have let that one go. That was inside.
Come on, Whit. You can do it right here.
I can promise you that the coach sitting to my right is not going to cheer for
no
three,
other.
3 runs for Owasso so he can see his son hit.
No.
Whitworth fouls that one off
He's-
to the right over
he's-
first base side.
Yeah, he's in battle mode right now. He's kind of choked up. Going to be short and quick to the baseball right here, and just kind of throw the bat at it and see if we can get it out, put it out in the outfield somewhere.
You'd hope Varel could hold the 3 runs, but
Yes.
you can never get enough.
No.
Against Owasso especially.
No. Owasso's one of those that plays the game of baseball and not to score, so I hit him right there. I heard.
Looked like it grabbed a little bit of his pants or the shirt, but no call there.
Boy.
That got some material. I'm with you.
Yeah, I know I'm getting old. My eyesight's going, but I seen and heard that one.
Lampard lined up right there on the inside part. There's a breaking pitch. Didn't do enough.
All right, we worked
Stayed
it
low.
full.
Count is full. Are you nervous? You nervous, Dad?
No,
You've seen him bat enough.
Yeah,
You know what he can do.
Yeah, he's batting pretty good this year.
Leading the team in hitting.
Yeah, it's been a great year for us. We've enjoyed it.
Whitworth is second strikeout of the night on one delivered low and a little bit taken off of it. So Whitworth, a second changeup kind of, or a breaking pitch of some type, gets him out on his way in front of it. So we're going to go to the top of the 7th. Tigers lead it 5-2. Tiger baseball on Aerovision.
At St. John, you're not the patient in 201. You're a 7-month survivor. You're not the heart attack victim on the 4th floor. You're hero to Ava, Charlie, and Caleb. You're more than a diagnosis or database entry. You're the reason we exist. Our entire staff is committed to making you stronger. It's why Telsons, for 85 years and counting, choose the health family of St. John.
In as little as 12 months, with a diploma from Spartan College, you could have a career in aviation and beyond. At Spartan, you don't just study airplanes, you're surrounded by them. Some 40 at our flight campus, another 20 at our technology campus. This is a college where you can pilot planes, repair planes, learn everything there is to know about planes, inside and out.
Okay.
All right, 2, 3, and 4 for the Rams. It's going to be Caleb Denny, Gabe Neff, and Trevor McCutcheon. And we hope that's all that we see. 5-2.
Yep.
Outside part, there's a strike.
That's a good start right there. First pitch, strike. Most important pitch in baseball.
Then he got things started in the first with a double, and he came around to score. But that is, and of course, and Neff scored with him. But that has been it, all unearned.
Yeah, Broken Arrow's settled down nicely since the first inning.
Yeah, and there's a second strike, and you love the way Varel's throwing.
What do you think? Something high right here, fastball. See if he'll
High
chase
and
it
away.
up. Or how about
Breaking
a
pitch.
or how about a curveball down and out?
That one has been a call to strike tonight, though, especially on the other side of the dish. Chop back. Varel tries to barehand it. Good thing he doesn't. Hewlett's going to go to first. Nice dig by Croft.
Attaboy.
Hard to believe that's the same kid that missed that pickoff attempt. Wow.
Yeah, right there. He and for the most part, he's done a good job picking those over there this year. And, Hewlett's are doing a great job up the middle, too, as well.
Yeah, the infield is solid, no
Yes,
doubt.
Yeah.
No matter where you get stirred. Oh, there's a chopper, and Neff's going to get, Neff's going to ground out. Hewlett's going to get him.
There it is.
Over to first. 2 down.
So let's see if this Hewlett to Croft
Can just finish it
can
off.
finish it off, with a record held by Minnie, as they say, with the third 4-3 of the inning assist and put out.
Well, this kid right here, he's a tough out, so.
Cracks it up. Oh, and the other Hewlett can't get a glove on it. It's going to be a single up the middle. Bean's going to get that one in. So McCutcheon keeps things alive. Hope still going for the Rams as Taylor Brown steps in. Brown has singled, flown out to center, and flown out to the shortstop.
Yeah, if they'll work him out, he should be all right here. But it looks like they're going to set him up inside.
And that one comes inside, and he gets the called strike. Nice pitch. Catching the inside portion at the knees.
There he goes, setting up outside. Nice.
That one's out of play, and I think that got Coach Croft's vehicle. He'll talk to Coach Summers about that one because that's on the pitcher.
Yeah.
Making such a great pitch that he can't handle and foul away. You're smart enough to park farther away than that, aren't you?
I park about 5 rows deep.
Yeah.
It's about a half-mile walk to my car.
You guys like you and me, that half-mile walk will tucker us out in a hurry. That one sells away outside.
That's a good idea right there. See if he'll chase a little further right here. See if they come back in on his hands.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Nope, they're going to go out again. He come in,
boom.
Foul tip.
Yeah.
Missed his spot, but got the strike anyway. He threw it where we told him he should throw it.
That's right. He was listening.
Yeah. Come on, Whit. What are you thinking?
Boy, and I tell you, that says a lot, too, about Coach Dobson with the freedom that Whit has back there calling the game. And he has done a great job. Right there, got it in on his hands.
Oh, it's going to be a 4-3. There it is.
There's that 1-2-3.
Excellent. 4-3 again. So every out this half inning goes second base to first base, involving Paul Croft's son, at least in every one. So we're going to end it tonight. We're going to be back with you on Wednesday for regional softball action. Coach Croft, give me your final opinion on what you thought how tonight's ball game went. 5-2 win for the Tigers.
Well, I think it was a great win, like I said, after the first inning when they got settled down with the pitching and a lot of timely hitting with this group, and it was a great game, and we're going to get to keep the bats over here for another year. And so, like you said, broke that string of visitors winning the game, and hey, I think these guys are ready for regionals.
All right, so Nolan Sturgeon gets his win on the season. That is win number 3 for him. Tigers win this one 5-2, and the runs against Sturgeon were all unearned, so his ERA is going to remain below 1. He's just been fabulous since he's gotten into the starting rotation. The Tigers will be on the road next week, but hopefully we'll be back with you in 2 weeks as regional action starts May 7th, and we're pretty sure the Tigers will be hosting. Regionals across the way, just behind us at the softball diamond on Wednesday with the Lady Tigers playing Tulsa Hell at 11. We will not bring you that one, but if they win, we will have the 3 o'clock game. That will be either against Tahlequah or Stillwell in regional action. And there's a picture of the Tigers getting a picture with the bat after taking 2 in a row and getting to keep the bat for another year. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you to my guest, Amanda Bowser, the Teacher of the Year. David Phillips, CEO of Broken Arrow and Owasso St. John's Hospitals. Coach Ken Ellett, the Executive Athletic Director, and then Paul Croft coming in for the final 2 to join me, and he will be joining me in regionals if the Tigers are able to host. So I appreciate him stepping in. We're looking to have some more fun together, and it's my time to wrap it up. This is Steve Cowan for all those that I mentioned before. Thanks to the crew with AeroVision. We will see you Wednesday night from the softball diamond. 5-2. Tigers win the Battle of the Bats. Thanks for joining us.